Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're stepping into the daily routine of a woman who has mastered the art of reinvention. A woman who has built a career in fashion, music, dance, film, and business over decades. Still performs with the energy of somebody half her age. How inspiring! And this person is Jennifer Lopez. Whether you admire her for discipline, longevity, or the ability to reinvent herself over and over again throughout the years, one thing for sure is that J.Lo is not just talented, no. Instead, she is intentional and relentless in achieving her goals. And for sure, there is something that you and me, we can learn from looking at her daily routine. Alright, now it gets interesting because we're going to have a look at how you can apply J.Lo's routine even though you're not an entrepreneur or a performer. Then let's start right away with point number 1. Prioritize sleep like it's your job. Of course, you don't need to sleep 8 to 10 hours, but what is important to take away from her routine is that it's about the quality of sleep that you have. Which means you can think about what points can help you to sleep more peacefully, to sleep more deeply. For example, you have no phone before going to bed, you sleep in a dark room, you stretch before going to bed, you close your day, or you write down the things that you're grateful that happened during the day. So really it means that looking at how can you close the day the best way so that you can sleep peacefully throughout the night. And of course, having a quality sleep can make a big impact because if you sleep well throughout the night, you can really recharge your battery. You can be sure that the next day you wake up, you have all the energy necessary to be at the best of your ability the following day. So remember, protect your sleep like you are your own CEO and don't let anybody mess around with it. Of course, for me, it means I could think about what I can skip doing during the evening and instead really just do the best to calm my day. Just keep in mind, sleep is your superpower. The next part is about start your day with emotional grounding. And that can be thinking about the points that you're grateful for. For example, you're grateful for waking up healthy. You're grateful waking up next to your loved one. You're grateful for working on this day on something very important that matters to many people. You see, there can be a long list of points that you're grateful for. Focus first on one, and as you start thinking about it, you might see more and more things coming up that you are grateful for. Because what happens when you look at the points that you're grateful is that your mind shifts into something positive. And instead of scrolling down your phone, looking for what's happening in the world, all the negativity or people saying this and that, you really just shift your focus from the outside world to your own world, things that you yourself can control. And what happens is that once you start looking at the positive points, it puts your mind in an abundance mode. So you see all the greatness that is out there. And whenever something negative happens, you're like, okay, but look, there's still so much good happening. If it's just 1% out of 99% good things, there's something negative, it's okay because I know there's goodness out there and it's something that is going to energize you. Because one thing for sure is that positivity really boosts your energy and gives you the energy that you need throughout the day in order to be the best person you want to be. And the next part can be also you start your day with affirmations. As we've seen from J.Lo, you tell yourself, I am whole, I am enough, I trust my own abilities to do my best today. I trust that I can rock this day today. I trust that I can learn this new skill. Whatever you need in that specific moment, those affirmations, they tell your brain, look, this is specifically what I want to happen. So when there's something else happening, just remember we want to go back to that path. For example, when you notice that you have a big project ahead of you during the day and you're a bit nervous about it, but using those affirmations, they help you to really shift your focus from the negative part that maybe something could go wrong. Instead, you shift your focus towards that, yes, I trust myself that I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So that when you're in the moment, it's easier for your brain to say, oh wait, we had this option either to be nervous or to trust ourselves. And I heard more often to trust myself. So okay, yes, we're going to trust ourselves, and we do our best. So remember, affirmations really can help you to push through the day and do your best. The next part also, of course, is to hydrate yourself, because if you have enough water in your body, your heart doesn't need so much energy to pump the blood through your veins, and you're more energized, of course, already by just drinking a glass of water. Last but not least, you can also think about smooth exercises or a quiet moment just to breathe and get ready for the day. Smooth exercises, some stretching, for example. Let's look at the third point that you can take away by looking at Jennifer Lopez's daily routine, which is move your body with intention. Of course, you don't need to use her intensity in terms of exercising. No, it's not about that, but you can take some inspiration from it and think about what actions can you do. Is it about walking? Okay, maybe now I'm running, but walking every single day. Is it about more stretching? Or do you want to dance instead? La 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 la, la 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 la. Or do you want to do some more strength training to really get ready for the day? Whatever it is, just keep in mind that it's not about the high intensity that she does. This intensity that she has is built over years. Of course, also at the beginning, she started small, but as she continuously worked on it, she got better and better and better, and so can you. Remember again, it is not about doing it at her level intensity. It's instead about looking at what fits you the most. What kind of exercise gives you more energy? What kind of exercises really balance you throughout the day so that you can invest into your own future energy and that you recharge your battery throughout the day and are ready to do your best. Number 4, clean up your diet, and of course sustainably. It means you don't need to eliminate everything. No, look at what fits the best for you. So for example, do you want to reduce sugar? Do you want to reduce caffeine? Do you want to reduce alcohol? Do you want to renounce on processed food? Whatever it is, really look in terms of what you can do. And you don't need to start drastically. No, you can really think about doing it in small steps. Because when you start in small steps, it's a bit easier to maintain it over time. For example, if you drink 7 cups of coffee every single day, and you think, okay, maybe it's a bit too much, you can think of reducing it. And instead, the first day you drink 6 cups of coffee, then the next day 5, etc. So that at one point you add a desired amount of coffee that you drink throughout the day. I have to admit, for me personally, already after drinking 2 cups of coffee, I'm like a Duracell bunny full of energy. So I think I wouldn't go to that quantity, but I'm sure you get the idea is that once you look at your current consumption and then look at what you want to do and then like step by step decrease the amount. Then let's have a look at point number 5, which is protect your self-care. J.Lo treats self-care as maintenance, not as luxury, and so can you. It means that for your daily schedule, block some time to just take care of yourself. It can be looking after your skin. It can be doing the things you love to do, following your hobbies, whether it be about DIY projects or gardening or some crafts that you're working on, or some technical topics that you want to work on, 3D printing, whatever comes to your mind. This is part of the maintenance for yourself, because once you work on those hobbies or other things that balance you out, literally it balances up your whole mind, because you work on different projects. So if one project doesn't go well, you can always go back to the other projects, because you have a lot of things on your plate and you don't get discouraged if something doesn't go well. Now we've seen the different points that you can apply for your daily routine, but most importantly, now let's have a look at the points that you need to adjust, because her daily routine matches her identity as a performer, as an entrepreneur. But you're not J.Lo. I mean, we maybe would love to be like her, but we have our own identity that we need to work on. And that means for your daily routine, really look at what fits your own schedule, your own agenda. The first point in this category is to know your lifestyle, because her routine is based on her identity as a performer, as an entrepreneur. But your life is completely different, right? So look at who you are. What is the most important, the essential part in your daily routine that you want to perform or work on every single day? It must match your reality. So that means, for example, let's say you're an engineer. you don't really necessarily need to do dance training every single day, right? Because with the dancing skills, it's difficult to work on the technical skills that you need. That's why really adapt it to what you need so that it matches your identity at that specific time, and of course also your lifestyle. For example, lifestyle here can be exercising regularly. She maybe goes to a gym, but you don't have a gym available. Then you can think about other points that you can do or other locations where you can exercise regularly. Point number 2 that you need to pay attention to is avoid extremes, because her discipline is intense. And instead of doing everything at once, start small. And as you start small and you continuously work on small parts, you see, you build up momentum so that as you do it consistently, regularly, you really get better and better over time. And here's the cool thing, because instead of having this one big goal on top of your shoulders, which feels really heavy and difficult to manage, you really work on the small goals, and you will see over time, if you look back, when you started, you're like, wow, this seemed so difficult for me at the beginning, but now it's my job, it's what I do regularly. It's not my job, but it's my daily routine. So again, really just start small, and as you work on it, you can adjust it over time to really also increase the intensity. For example, if it's about exercising, you don't need to do 2 or 3 hours at the beginning. Start small. Go for 5 minutes to the gym and then exercise. Let's have a look at point number 3, which is build emotional habits slowly. Affirmations and gratitude work when they're authentic and not forced. And that's very important to know, because they are there to help you. But if you haven't started yet, just do it slowly, because then you will see more the benefits happening over time. And one thing that's important is that, for example, when you tell yourself, oh, today I'm sad, and I'm just going to tell myself I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. And it's very difficult, because it just really creates some kind of conflict, because you feel sad, but you tell yourself I'm happy, and it's more difficult. It feels more forced to be happy. Instead, really think about, why do I feel sad? Is it something that I can control? So then you think about how you can control it. Or is it something that you don't control? Because then if you just sad for something you cannot control, you're literally wasting your energy. Then you can really think about shifting your focus to something that you can control, and then affirmations or gratitude are going to be very helpful. For example, then you could tell yourself, I'm grateful for realizing this, because it just makes my life easier and I can save energy for other points that are important to me. Last but not least, point number 4 is create a routine that supports your identity. J.Lo's routine works because it matches who she is. But very important, your routine should match who you are and not J.Lo. Because again, if you're an engineer and you start doing dance training, it might not match who you are, unless it's a hobby that you do and it balances you. Then it makes sense. But if it's really just for doing it because J.Lo does it, it's not really beneficial. So really look at setting up a routine that supports you and helps you to be at the best level of your abilities at that specific moment. Now let me recap. We looked at J.Lo's daily routine. We looked at her benefits. We looked at the points you can apply to your life. And then also things you need to adjust before even starting it. And one thing for sure that we could learn from it is that her daily routine is built on discipline, longevity, self-care, and high performance. And it's a great inspiration for all of us to really look at what we can take away, and encouragement to really work on those small changes, because the benefits are going to be amazing. But the most important thing what we learn here is that it's not that you have to be like J.Lo, or that you have to dance like her, you have to perform like her, or eat like her. No. It is not about that. It's about really knowing who you are. What kind of habits support you in achieving your goals? What kind of routine helps you develop into the person you want to be in the future? And what kind of discipline you need in order to make that happen? If you like this recap of her daily routine, let me know in the comments which part you like the most. And of course, if you want to hear more of it, let me know also whom you would like to hear more about. Then speak to you very soon and have a great day. And oh yeah, one more thing. Remember to subscribe to the channel, because there are more of such videos coming up very soon. Speak to you. Bye.